Hey guys, I'm Alex Chicle Gum. Welcome to another Pokemon Go video. Today we are going through information about KALOS Tour in LA and Tainan. And at the end, we're going to give you guys some advice. And we're also going to let you guys know some tips if you're going to the Rose Bowl Stadium in LA. I went there during Sinnoh Tour. I wish I was there during Unova Tour. And unfortunately this year, once again, I will not be going to LA because of a couple of conflicts. But I hope you guys have a great time. I know that most of you guys are going to go to LA. And I don't recall who's going to Tainan. So if I leave out Tainan, note to self that some of the stuff does apply to Tainan. And also make sure you guys subscribe and hit the notification bell. I would like to try to hit 3,000 subscribers on this channel, and we might try to go to Chicago Go Fest. I'll keep you guys updated if it's possible. If not, I will still provide a guide for that. So guys, without further ado, let's dive in to the info for KALOS Tour. This event will be this weekend on Friday, February 20th through Sunday, February 22nd, each day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time. And this is only for trainers who bought a ticket in LA and or Tainan. And note to self that tickets are still on sale, so if you want to purchase a ticket last second, tickets are $30 for the whole experience. And then you get to choose which day you want to go to the Rose Bowl Stadium. And then you also have the citywide game experience, which I think it's like 15, 20 bucks, and you could pick on the different days that you're not going to the Rose Bowl Stadium and choose wherever you want to play throughout LA or Orange County. Please be safe and make sure you look out for your surroundings when playing the game. You also have the option to purchase a Raid Lover bonus add-on where you can get some raid exclusive stuff like up to 18 free raid passes each day. You also get extra XP and extra candy for defeating 5-star raid bosses and mega raids. And the Enthusiast, which is my personal favorite add-on because you get some exclusive Pokemon from 10 Kilometer Eggs during a tour event. So this exclusive add-on helps you get more access to 10Ks. And you get 1/4 hatch distance, so you can just clear out those 10Ks a lot quicker. And you also get 3 times hatch candy, XP, and Stardust. And then there's mega raids that are like $20. We're going to talk about Mega Nights later. I don't recommend it, but it's your money. Do whatever you want. First off, trainers who purchase tickets for the in-person KALOS Tour will have access to the Masterwork research to get a guaranteed encounter with Shiny Diancie. This is also a really good rock type when Mega Evolved. So I hope you guys get a good IV or at least a Shundo Diancie. Mega Victory Bell and Mega Malamar will be appearing in Mega Raids for the first time this weekend in LA or in Tainan. Note to self, if you're playing globally and you don't purchase a ticket, you will be able to get invited to a Victory Bell or Malamar Mega Raid, but note to self that you will not get Mega Energy until Global Tour. Only trainers who bought a ticket can get Mega Energy. Pikachu with Callum's hat and Pikachu with Serena's hat, based off of Pokemon X and Y, are going to be spawning during the event. If you're lucky, you may get a shiny with a hat. Honedge will be in 1-star raids, and Hawlucha and Klefki will be in 10Ks. These 3 are making their shiny debuts this weekend. And of course, global trainers can have access to these shinies the following weekend if they're lucky. Now let's talk a little bit more about Honedge and 1-star raids. Yes, you can do some remotes if you're not a ticket holder, but note to self that the shiny will not be available for any non-ticket global player. The best way to get shiny Honedge is to wait till next weekend. And in 5-star raids, we have Xerneas and Yveltal, and God knows why we don't have Zygarde. Like, yeah, there's Zygarde cells and routes, but it would be nice to go after like a 50% form in a raid and try to get a shiny. I think that's a missed opportunity right there. I mean, hey, I'm not even asking for a Mega Zygarde. That'd be too much to ask, but here we are. And then, of course, we have Mega Raids from Friday, February 20th at midnight all the way through Sunday, February 22nd at 11:59 p.m. local time. They include Mega Gyarados, Mega Gardevoir, Mega Absol, and Mega Lucario. And note to self that if you do 5-star raids or Mega Raids or any raids during the in-person events, you will get a special location card background. So you get one from LA, or if you're in Tainan, you get one from LA, or sorry, Tainan. I mean, honestly, who's going to Tainan? Habitats and spawns are kind of different this year. Usually we get like 4 habitats, but this year there are 3, because keep in mind that KALOS Pokédex is so gosh darn small. I should also bring to your attention that there are a few Pokemon that are going to be appearing in any habitat no matter what. They include Eevee, Furfrou, Orange or White Flabébé, and Noibat. Why are they all specifically in all 3 habitats? I don't know. Now, if you're gonna go to the Central Village habitat, you'll get the following Pokemon, which are Chespin, Bunnelby, Fletchling, Skidoo, Spritzee, Swirlix, Helioptile, and Dedenne. If you're gonna be in the Mountain Manor, you're gonna get Fennekin, Litleo, Pancham, Esper, Carbink, Phantom, Pumpkaboo, and Bergmite. And finally, in the Coastal Laboratory habitat, you get Froakie, Inkay, Binacle, Skrelp, Clauncher, Tyrant, Amora, and Gumi. I will be honest with you, most of these had community days, and a lot of these Pokemon have been shiny boosted from previous events. For example, Tyrant and Amora during the research day we had last year. We also had Clauncher shiny boosted not once, but twice last year. We also had Pumpkaboo shiny boosted during like Halloween and autumn events, and then of course we also had like shiny boosted odds in Furfrou in 3-star raids during Enamorous raid day, because it was more of a Furfrou raid day instead of Enamorous, god knows why. Like, and then again, like starters had calm days, Gumi had a calm day. Pokemon are just gonna be in every habitat, like selected ones. There's not a lot. If you need a shiny of something, obviously hunt for it, but like, don't get too hyped up. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the eggs are actually better than the spawns. 2-kilometer eggs, we have Larvitar, Bagon, Beldum, and Gibble. These are Pokemon that evolve into pseudo-legendaries that can Mega Evolve. So if you need one of those, shiny or Shundo, or just need extra candy, there you have it. 5-kilometer eggs will feature all Flabébé flowers. You have like red, blue, yellow, orange, and white. I just don't know why they couldn't just include different flower colors in different habitats. But the eggs that are the best are the 10-kilometer eggs. We have Kangaskhan, Heracross, Hawlucha, and Klefki. The reason why Kangaskhan and Heracross are there, not only they're regional exclusives, but they are also Mega Evolve Pokemon. So you can try to get some good like IV Hundos or Shundos, and then of course Hawlucha and Klefki are not only regional, but they're shiny eligible and they're shiny boosted. Now we also have incense encounters, and just a reminder, if you use a daily adventure incense, it's not going to give you these spawns. Pikachu with the hats as well as unknown are going to appear from daily incense, or sorry, regular incense. They are unknown A, X, Y, and Z. Unknown Z will be making a shiny debut. So if you guys drop those incense and you walk around and you get some shiny unknown Z, best of luck. If you're from Carson and Reno and you end up getting a shiny unknown Z and you get like extra ones, please save me a spare. I would really appreciate that. You could take up to 12 snapshots per day to get Pikachu with the Callum's or Serena's hat. And of course, if you're lucky to get a shiny, if you play all 3 days, that's a total of 36. So if you want to get more encounters with Pikachu with a hat, this is the best way to do it. There is also a special research that ticketed trainers in LA and Tainan can get. Obviously, it's going to feature some stuff that you have to do at the park location. And there is a time research that mainly focuses on the trims of Furfrou. To progress in this research, you'll need to spin special Pokestop themes around Furfrou's various trims scattered through the Rose Bowl Stadium, and if you're in Tainan for some reason, the Metropolitan Park. When you're near one of these Pokestops, you'll be able to change Furfrou into the corresponding trim. Normally, Furfrou can only change its trim in certain areas around the world or during special events, so take this opportunity to try out lots of new looks. If you are in LA, which I'm assuming most of you guys are, you get the Star, Diamond, Lorraine, Kabuki, Pharaoh, and the Heart trim. Yes, if you forgot to change the Furfrou into a Heart trim during Valentine's Day, this is your second chance. Also, if you're in Tainan, instead of the Diamond, you get the Debutante trim. Ticket holding players in LA or Tainan during the event will get the following bonuses. You get increased chance of encountering shiny Pokemon, which is the #1 bonus. Although it's not guaranteed, the #1 thing about these types of events is shiny boosted stuff. And everybody knows, at the end of the day, it's all about the shinies. 1/2 hatch distance for eggs incubated in incubators. You get up to 6 special trades per day. So if you have been selected to play all 3 days, so like 1 day at the Rose Bowl and 2 other days in the city, you can get up to 18 trades. You also get 1/2 Stardust cost for trades, and you get up to 9 daily raid passes per day from spinning photo discs at gyms. And note to self, if you bought add-ons, instead of the 1/2 hatch distance, it's 1/4. And instead of the 9, if you bought the Ray Lover, that's going to be 18 instead of 9. White flower, orange flower, and yellow flower Flabébé will appear more frequently on routes throughout the city during Pokemon Go Tour Kalos LA. Instead of the yellow one for Tainan, it's going to be blue. I just don't understand with the whole Flabébé situation. As that is not annoying enough, you can collect Zygarde cells and encounter Mateo at the end of up to 25 routes per day. Like, why can't we just do Zygarde raids? The 5-star raid department is not looking good right now. Before we talk about Mega Knights, I want to show you what the map looks like for LA. If you want to know what the map looks like for Tainan, go to the blog post because we're not going to talk much about Tainan. We are going to be talking about the Rose Bowl Stadium map. It looks exactly the same as the last couple of years, but you notice that there are 3 habitats and that the stadium is only closed out. So you just go to the central village, you go to the coastal on the top, and then there's Mountain Manor on the side. And then it kind of changes a little bit during the evening during Mega Night. You get the section of Central Village, and you also have like the area just around the stadium and maybe in the stadium because of some other stuff. I don't know what it's going to be like for Mega Nights, and I don't recommend it. But if you decide to do it, I'll put it on the screen, $20 to enter for a Mega Night, and that is from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is like an after hours thing. Mega raids are going to include dragon type Mega evolutions such as Charizard X, Ampharos, Salamence, Sceptile, Altaria, and Garchomp. Then we also have the location background. It's the same thing as the Megas and Legendaries during Go Tour. So if you want to try to get a location card for these Mega evolutions, that's something that a collectible can get. Wild spawns include Charmander, Mareep, Trico, Swablu, Bagon, Gibble, Skrelp, Noibat, and some may even encounter Charizard, Garchomp, Tyrant, Carbink, and Goomy. Note to self that these are Dragon-type Pokemon or Pokemon that evolve into Dragon types, and for some reason, Carbink. There is a new time research if you participate in the ticketed $20 extra Mega Night event, because apparently you're not spending enough money. For each featured Mega Raid, a short time research will be available. Power up your Pokemon and take on more Mega Raids to earn premium battle passes, candy, and more. You gotta be quick though, because again, it's a 2-hour event. Get each time research will only be available for a short period of time. So it seems like we're getting more than one from what it sounds like. I don't know. But there's also bonuses that are different from the Go Tour event. From 6 to 8 p.m., you get additional 5,000 XP from completing raids, 2 times catch candy for catching Pokemon, and when you spin a Pokestop, you get some Mega Energy that you can collect. I'm assuming it's those Mega Evolutions we have mentioned earlier. And finally, Glitch City will be DJing during the Mega Night in LA. So if you are at the Rose Bowl Stadium, expect some really cool jams. So that's all of the event gameplay information for Kalos Tour in LA and a little bit of Tainan. And what we're going to talk about now are some frequently asked questions. I'm not going to talk a lot about it, but I will give you some tips and advice. But the major thing I need to focus on is the Rose Bowl Stadium, because there are a couple things that you need to know. The major things are the clear bag policy and the portable battery policy. These are like the biggest things in order to get access into the Rose Bowl Stadium, so pay attention. The Rose Bowl Stadium has implemented a clear bag policy for Pokemon Go Tour Kalos LA. We ask trainers to ensure that they have an approved bag prior to the arriving at the Rose Bowl Stadium. Learn more in the frequent asked questions below by visiting the Rose Bowl Stadium website. You can also go into the Pokemon Go blog on the Go Tour page and kind of go deeper for more specific information about what specific bag you need to have. It obviously needs to be clear, but you can't bring like a mesh bag. You can't bring like a hard plastic bag that's like really hard to see through. It has to be a clear bag. There's more information about that. Also, a portable battery policy. This is very important. The Rose Bowl Stadium has implemented a portable battery policy for Go Tour Kalos LA. One portable battery will be allowed per person, and the battery must be approximately the size of a smartphone or smaller than your smartphone. So make sure that you have one per person. If you have like multiple, you can't bring those in. You have to bring one. So you have to make sure that they are fully charged when you get into the venue. Now, once again, there are more information about the do's and do's nots when it comes to bringing certain things to the stadium. So make sure you go through that. Also, there's a chance that it might get super rainy. So I suggest you bring like a raincoat, a poncho, an umbrella. I would just personally bring like a collapsible umbrella to put in your clear bag, because that would be useful. Please plan accordingly before you enter during your day of the experience, or they're gonna confiscate your stuff and you can't enjoy the good entire event. So once again, go through the blog post or check out the Rose Bowl Stadium website to know all of the information about policies on what to do and what not to do. There are some nice places in Pasadena that you can play Pokemon Go, and also Santa Monica is a hot spot when you're playing in the citywide experience. You can go to downtown Disney, or you could just purchase tickets or passes to go to Disneyland. I mean, it's your money. I mean, you're pretty much on a vacation. And also, I would just recommend you guys just like not play alone, play with a group, plan ahead, because obviously if you play with a squad, you can get some raids done. You don't have to worry about any sort of danger in the city. If you guys have other suggestions in any places in LA or Orange County that trainers can play safely, or that it's just a hot, popular spot to play, let us know down in the comments below. That would be very informational for me in the future, and that would be very beneficial for the viewers that want to know where they should play Pokemon Go. But Santa Monica, at the Santa Monica Pier, that's a hot spot to play. There's also like a shopping market mall area that Chris and I went during Sinnoh Tour. It was awesome. Now, obviously, things you need to prepare in general and things that you need to do with the game. Obviously, have a water bottle. Speaking of which, my throat's a little dry from talking too much. Okay, let's proceed. You also need to make sure that if you have an auto catcher or some devices like portable chargers and your phones, obviously you need to charge those overnight, because you want to make sure that you have 100% battery when you're going out to the city or any part of the city or county. And also pack a couple of snacks and make sure you guys get to the destination as early as possible. Traffic is gonna suck, and parking is gonna be a little bit challenging. You also have to expect to pay for parking depending where you're at. So make sure that you do that. You could also take public transit like buses and stuff. You could also do like ride shares. Uber is another good suggestion, but just note that it may be expensive to use Uber. So getting a rental could be convenient. So make sure you guys plan ahead and just have a good time. Now, things that you need to get ready for in your Pokemon Go app: you need to make sure that you clear out your storage for both items and Pokemon. Get rid of the Pokemon that you don't necessarily need, like Pokemon you randomly caught during an event, or if you caught a lot of shinies and you don't need that many shinies from a calm day, definitely reduce the amount. And then also you can go into the shop and purchase some Pokecoins and buy more storage until you hit the max. If you could try to get at least like maybe 3,000 for both items and Pokemon, you might catch like 1,000 per day, or you might spend like 1,000 per day. Since it's a 3-day event, 1,000 times 3 is 3,000. So you could do it that way, or you could just transfer overnight and have some extra storage the following day. But make sure you have room for max potions and revives when you're doing raids. Also, make sure that you get rid of potions and super potions entirely. It's a waste. Just don't have those. And also, I would just try to keep around 50 to 100 per berry. I know you might get a lot of like golden raspberries, but I would try to keep like 100 to start, because you're going to be spinning Pokestops and gyms, and you're probably going to get a lot more, and you're going to get a lot more rewards from defeating a raid. So if you're maxed out and you have no more room and you spin a Pokestop, it's because you didn't transfer anything. Also, make sure you have incense. There are knowns that are only exclusive in incense, so you don't want to miss out on the X, Y, and Z unknowns, especially since they're shiny. And if anybody's watching this video and they have some other tips and advice for preparation for any in-person event like Go Tour, specifically LA, let us know in the comments below. Once again, I do apologize. I will not be going to LA this weekend, but that doesn't stop me from making a video to help you guys out. If you thought this was very helpful, once again, give this video a thumbs up and make sure you share with your friends who are going to LA. And if you have friends that are going to Tainan, I guess there are people going to Tainan, so they could look at this too. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys next time. Peace out.